Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to the Thai Expat Daily Show. I'm your host, Kieran Mack. Now, before we do get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and hit that notification bell so that YouTube will let you know when the next podcast or live stream is available on the platform. Now, if you like listening to us on a podcast player, there is a link down below the description where you will find a vast array of podcast players hosting the show. And finally, if you want to support the show, the easiest and the best way is to become a channel member. Details down below in the description. But now that's all done and dusted. Let's jump into the top trending stories and opinions from today. A new survey conducted by Robert Walters Thailand reveals an overwhelming preference among Thai workers for a 4-day work week. An impressive 95% of those surveyed expressed a willingness to trade longer daily hours for the opportunity to achieve a better work-life balance. This sentiment echoes trends seen in neighbouring countries, with 94% of Malaysians and 93% of Singaporean respondents sharing similar views. The study encompassed 5,000 individuals across 11 Asian nations. Now, the primary motivation for Thai workers supporting the shift is the promise of a better work-life balance, cited by 73% of respondents. Other key drivers include increased productivity and the chance to spend more time with family or reduce commuting costs. Remarkably, 59% of Thai workers indicated that they would accept working an additional 2 hours each day if it meant adopting the 4-day model. Meanwhile, 45% expressed a readiness to abandon hybrid work options altogether in favor of the shorter work week. Now, despite the strong preferences, significant concerns remain. Workers worry about potential increased stress levels, pay reduction, and higher associated costs. On the employer side, there is an acknowledgement of the potential benefits. 90% agree that the change could enhance employee well-being. However, only 26% plan to implement the model within the next 2 years. Key challenges cited by businesses include disruptions to customer service, risk of project delays, and complications with policy adjustments. Now, a representative from Robert Walters Thailand emphasized that while the 4-day work week could lead to improved productivity and employee satisfaction, businesses must carefully address operational challenges to ensure success. The concept of a 4-day work week presents exciting possibilities, but its widespread adoption in Thailand will require thoughtful planning and a strategic approach to balance its benefits with practical concerns. So my question today is, would you trade longer daily hours for a 4-day work week, or do you think it's not worth the stress? Share your comments, your opinions down below in that comment section. So moving along, we have more trouble in Pattaya. Now at 3 a.m. on November 14th, an argument outside a convenience store on Pattaya Beach Road escalated into violence, leaving 38-year-old Indian tourist Mr. Angad with a broken right leg and facial injuries. Now, emerging responders treated the injured tourist at the scene as a concerned crowd of Thai and foreign tourists gathered before he was transported to a local hospital. Now, according to store staff, the altercation began when Mr. Angad accused them of missing items in his purchase. Now, despite assurances that the items were complete, the verbal dispute turned heated. Witnesses reported that an unidentified man outside the store, who was not a staff member, allegedly punched the tourist, causing him to fall and break his leg. The assailant fled and remains at large. Now, a local witness claimed that the staff had unnecessarily called someone from outside to intervene, escalating the situation. Other bystanders criticized the staff for reportedly using disrespectful and offensive language towards the tourist before the altercation. Now, Pattaya police are reviewing CCTV footage and interviewing witnesses to identify the assailant. The incident comes as authorities increase security measures for upcoming events, including Loy Krathong and the International Fireworks Festival, to ensure tourist safety and protect Pattaya's reputation. Police have urged both tourists and business owners to avoid resolving disputes on their own and instead call the tourist police at 1155 for impartial assistance. Investigations are still ongoing. So today's opinion piece is why incidents like this in Pattaya keep happening and what Thailand can really do about it. So this kind of recent incident in Pattaya, and we've seen it in Phuket as well, where in this case, an Indian tourist ended up with a broken leg after what started as a simple argument at a convenience store, is sadly not an isolated case. These types of altercations, especially in tourist-heavy areas like Phuket, Pattaya, even Hua Hin, Samui, seem to happen far too often, and it begs the question, why? Now, part of the problem lies in how disputes are handled. Now, in this case, it appears the situation escalated unnecessarily when store staff reportedly called someone from outside to intervene. Now, instead of calming things down, this only made the situation worse. There seems to be a lack of clear protocols for de-escalating conflicts in areas like Phuket and Pattaya, which is packed with tourists from all around the world. Then there's the issue of communication. Think about it. An argument about a supposedly incomplete purchase shouldn't lead to violence, but misunderstandings can escalate quickly when language and cultural differences come into play. Tourists might not fully understand local norms, and locals might misunderstand and misinterpret the tone or intent of a tourist's complaint. Frustration builds, tempers flare, and suddenly a minor dispute turns into a major incident. Another issue is that late-night hotspots like Phuket and Pattaya often lack a strong visible police presence. Yes, the tourist police hotline is there, but in moments like these, when tensions are running high, people don't think about calling for official help. Instead, they try to handle things on their own, which can often lead to disastrous outcomes. And let's not ignore the role of attitude. On both sides, tourists can sometimes come across as demanding or entitled, even if they don't mean to. Locals, on the other hand, might react defensively or even aggressively if they feel disrespected. In this case, reports of staff using offensive language toward the tourists only added fuel to the fire. So how can we stop incidents like this from happening again? Well, it starts with education and training. Businesses need to teach their staff how to handle disputes calmly and professionally. Instead of escalating a situation, they need to know how to de-escalate that situation, how to keep things from getting out of hand. And at the same time, there needs to be a stronger police presence, especially during those late night hours when tempers are more likely to flare. And we've got to promote better communication, both to tourists and locals. Tourists should have a clearer understanding of cultural norms, and locals need training on how to interact with visitors from all over the world. But more than anything, we need accountability. Businesses and individuals who escalate situations, who choose aggression over communication, should face consequences. And that include incidents like this one, where the staff reportedly calls someone from outside to intervene. Pattaya is one of Thailand's most popular tourist destinations, and its reputation depends on creating a safe and welcoming environment. Incidents like this don't just hurt the individual involved. They hurt the city's image and ultimately its economy. So the question places like Pattaya have to ask themselves is this: are they doing enough to ensure the safety and security of tourists? Because until they address the root cause of these incidents, they'll keep seeing it happen. And that's something Thailand and its tourist industry simply can't afford. And I'd love to know what you think about this and the story down below in the comment section. Thai authorities have arrested a Chinese woman identified as Miss Menga, wanted by Interpol for involvement in illegal lending operations during a visa overstay crackdown at Suvarnabhumi Airport. Now, tourist police and the Department of Land Transportation stopped a suspicious vehicle with Chiang Mai license plates. Miss Menya, the driver, failed to produce a passport and only presented a driving permit. Immigration records revealed she had overstayed her visa by 218 days, having entered Thailand on September 10th of last year with a valid visa until April 9th of this year. Now, during questioning, her behavior raised suspicions, prompting officers to dig deeper. Now, a check with the Tourist Police Division revealed she was listed on an Interpol red notice. She is accused of participating in fraudulent loan schemes in China, including misrepresenting loans, accounts, and using violent tactics such as threats and physical assault to collect debts. Now, Ms. Menya was apprehended at Suvarnabhumi Airport while attempting to pick up relatives. She was transferred to the Suvarnabhumi Airport Police Station, where authorities are coordinating with Interpol for extradition proceedings. And question of the day: should Thailand strengthen visa monitoring to prevent overstays and better identify international fugitives before they can enter the country? I'd love to know what you think about this in the comments section. And finally, Thailand's Suvarnabhumi Airport is making headlines at its Midfield Satellite 1, or SAT-1, has been nominated for the World's Most Beautiful List 2024 in the Prix Versailles Awards. This prestigious honor celebrates excellence in architecture and design, recognizing Sat1's stunning blend of Thai cultural identity, passenger experience, and sustainability. Now, the Deputy Prime Minister shared details about the Sat1 building, a 4-story structure with 2 underground levels covering 216,000 square meters. It includes 28 contact gates and features breathtaking design elements aimed at impressing visitors while preserving Thai heritage. The nomination places Sat1 in competition with 5 other international airports: Boston Logan International, Singapore's Changi Terminal 2, Abu Dhabi's Said Airport, Mexico's Felipe Angeles Airport, and Kansas City International Airport in the US. The awards, presented by UNESCO, focus on creativity, cultural preservation, and environmental innovation. Winners will be announced on December 2nd, 2024 in Paris.